I caught my sister-in-law acting as my baby's second mother.
No, absolutely not.
And there are trigger warnings for mentions of infertility. I gave birth to my daughter 7 weeks ago, and since that day, my sister-in-law, my husband's brother's wife, who is infertile, has tried to make herself the second mother of my baby.
Oh.
That's not good.
There's only one way to do this right.
What?
Lesbian couples.
I was going to say a mom off, but...
Yeah, so we had
a
two
mom
different
off.
options. She showed up at the hospital uninvited and insisted on watching me feed my baby and wanted to co-sign the birth certificate. That's actually crazy.
Wait, what?
She said, I want to co-sign right now. I have no actual legal anything to this baby, but
especially after you like feeding or like during, she's like, yeah, I think it's time.
I want to get in on this action.
she visited us every day after I gave birth and tried to do skin to skin with my baby, tried to push me to pump so she could feed the baby, and called my baby our baby, as in mine and hers. Okay, so at a certain point, we can just stop her from coming into the house. You know, at a certain point, we could just say, whoa, take a step back. Why haven't we done that? By the way, this comes from I'm Not Autistica. Okay. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, very important context to the story. I tend to mostly, if not only, take baby advice from my own mother, since from what she is saying, my baby acts like me when I was a baby. And her advice has helped me a lot. I am neurodivergent and I have been diagnosed very early in life because of my severe sensory issues, which I'm pretty sure my baby also has. When I was a newborn, I would scream my head off whenever my mom would put me in those baby dresses that had tulle. And to this day, I cannot touch it. It seems that my baby has the same problem. So to keep her comfortable as she is still little, I dress her in cotton or soft crocheted dresses, but mostly onesies.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
That seems about right.
2 days ago, it was my mother-in-law's birthday, and we decided to go and take the baby with us. She spent most of the time in my arms, as both me and her have separation anxiety. Other than me, my sister-in-law was the one holding her, as she would take her out of my arms, even though my baby would scream and cry until she was back in my hands. I told her multiple times that she should stop doing that, and she immediately started guilt-tripping me, saying that she wanted to hold a baby since she could never have one of her own.
Oh, here we go.
I don't understand why we are just saying stop. Nope. No. I
mean, you can just go by the adoption center and get one of those.
Yeah, she could totally adopt.
We can also,
has she not looked into that?
Yeah, but even before a child, you can also do like a pet maybe, or like, let's start with plants.
You can have a dog.
Yeah, let's start with that because you never know. Like, this seems like a little intense and a little scary, especially with all this going on.
I just like OP says she would take her out of my arms. Like, this is what we do. We go, you reach for baby, Riley? No. Sorry, no. She's feeding. No, she's sleeping.
See, it's hard to do that at family functions.
I guess, but if you have such an issue with it.
Yeah.
Let's just say postpartum has made me very sensitive, so I felt bad for her. It kept going like this until I stood up to use the bathroom. When I came back, my baby and my sister-in-law were gone. And to say I was passing away inside is an understatement. I kept looking around the house until I heard my baby scream so loudly I thought she was being tortured. I opened the door to where the sound was coming from and found my sister-in-law taking pictures of my baby. Immediately, you're never touching my baby again.
No. What are you thinking?
She had changed her into a dress with tulle, and she knows my baby hates tulle.
Oh, this is so intentional too.
Yeah, yikes. Like, you want to be my baby's mom, but you don't even know how to do that.
You don't even do it right.
You're not even doing it right. I lost it. I started screaming that she was a witch and that if God made her infertile, it was for a reason.
Ooh. Oh.
So, OP,
Okay.
you were so far in the clear that somehow I'm shocked that you have accidentally fallen before the finish line.
Well,
That's...
Mama Bear came out.
Yeah, but
When-
like, imagine your baby's already screaming And instead of being like, this is unacceptable, please do never touch my baby again, you start screaming. And then you say this.
It's the screaming match of like, if I get louder, with everything going on.
I understand your sentiment and you are in the right.
Heat of the moment.
But yeah.
I mean, potentially if someone took my child from me, was doing all of this and like pushing the line, I too would be like, it's going to be hard for me not to contain myself.
I just would hope that you got the baby back first before you start screaming. This
is what I realized. Well, also, everyone tell me, what would you do?
Yeah.
She was able to say this quick.
Yeah.
She's been thinking about it.
It's been there.
Oh,
it's been ready to be, like,
she's like, what is
this
the
is
worst
my
thing
starter.
I could say?
Yeah, I'm ready to throw this out whenever.
That is the worst thing you could say. My husband and his mother heard me and came running upstairs, and my sister-in-law had started crying while I was changing my baby. Then I just lost it and started crying while holding my baby. My husband took us home, and I had a strong meltdown while he just held me. My mother-in-law called me and told me that I should apologize for what I said. And I'm actually wondering if I was too harsh. Like, yeah, but I understand.
You said that the almighty being who created that person should not be able to make other people.
You did say the worst thing you absolutely could have said. The thing is, do I think that this woman should be around your baby? No. I think she should be far from your baby. Do I think you should have said that while she was holding your baby?
Yeah.
No.
It's like when somebody's like holding a weapon or something like that, or just anything against you, and you're like, yeah, let me just insult them with the most insulting thing I can think of.
Yeah. It's kind of
while they have everything, like they have all the money, or like they have everything in their hands.
Yeah, it's like someone's holding a knife and you're like, stab me, do it.
But another thing though,
you're ugly, do it.
Isn't this person neurodivergent?
Yes. Which it also makes sense why they would be having that reaction, if like heat of the moment and stuff. But the question is still, should she have done it? No. Do I understand why it happened? Yeah.
Yikes. See, I think a loophole for all this stuff is to say that in another language. You have more passion with it. Other languages too are very fiery. Yeah. Like imagine you said that in Russian.
No tienes bebés. What if it actually would be no debes tener bebés? Like you should not have?
Yeah, that feels good.
Something like that.
We'll get the exact translation.
Yeah, no bebés para tú.
That's your loophole.
That's a good one. Yeah.
There we go. Edit. She knew about my daughter's hate for that specific fabric. Everyone did. By the way, I'm not diagnosing my baby. Her aversion for tulle is just something that I also have. I am the neurodivergent one. Don't worry, I have spoken to her doctor about it, and she agrees my daughter does have a strong aversion to tulle. Comments. The Rogue 0530 says, what you said was horrible, not gonna lie. Yeah. But it came from a buildup of not putting strict boundaries down and her going way too far. Is she gonna apologize for her misbehavior? Or is everyone just taking her side no matter what out of pity? I completely agree with that comment on that commenter's side. OP says, do you mean about the tulle dresses? If yes, we have put a strict rule since the day we saw her reaction to the material for the first time. No one has gotten her that kind of dress, so my sister-in-law knew better. Plus, it's not a situation where my baby just cries normally and looks uncomfortable. She literally screams and it looks like she wants to tear her skin apart. Intense. I think what that commenter is saying is not like, do you have strict rules on tulle? It's that you weren't enforcing, don't touch my baby, don't hold my baby.
Or she's taken your baby already many times and you know you're uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, and you don't stop it. Because you can stop it.
Or you probably have said, don't do that. But
yeah.
It should have been, if you do that again, you
can't be around my kid.
You can't be around the kid. You can't be around us. It's,
Okay. I just looked up tulle. Why would you put this on a baby in the first place?
A lot of those baby dresses, for girls, they'll have little baby dresses and they've got these frilly, because it's an easy way to get a bit of volume in a dress. And so on baby dresses, they'll put them and it's all cute and stuff.
That makes
if you look up baby dress tulle, you'll get
you usually
example.
See that at Easter or spring,
yeah, exactly.
like a spring thing, or mass, or
a pink little tulle dress comes out.
Okay.
I was thinking a legit
it's gonna be
doll, little doll dresses. I'm
yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
These are so cute.
Yeah,
I'm getting
really
baby
cute.
fever. I can't
Stop
believe
it.
Stop. You'll be an uncle soon enough. Psychological ad says being neurodivergent and postpartum doesn't excuse one from saying things this harsh. Man, it could have been a pleasant scenario for that baby, with so many people adoring her, including an aunt who would spoil her as her own. Was there any pretext before the birth? It reads as the OP and the sister-in-law didn't get along before. OP says, I never use my postpartum and autism as an excuse. I'm literally asking to learn, and if I have, then I'll apologize for my harsh words to her. And my baby has multiple aunts and people that adore her. This won't change that. But I don't think putting her into a tulle dress that she cannot stand is a pleasant scenario for my baby. No, before the pregnancy, me and my sister-in-law were on good terms. She's just gotten overbearing since the baby is here. Janet in Spain says, so you comment on the post about neurodivergence, but have explicitly ignored all those questions about how your husband has no spine and is apparently not standing up for you at all.
Oh, the husband.
Where the husband at?
Forgot about that, dude. It really seems like a lot of these stories are bystanders participating.
The husband's like, he's Ken dolling it. He's like on a surfboard and he's like, I'm Beach Ken.
I beach. That's all I know how to do.
Beach.
I just beach.
I'm not Dad Ken. I'm like Grill Ken. I'm on the grill. I can't help you with our child. OP, I replied to one comment explaining that my husband is the one that is better at boundaries than me. He was the one that had the nurses punt her out after the birth certificate incident. And during his paternity leave, my sister-in-law could not hold my baby more than 10 minutes. So yeah,
okay.
Does seem like he's actually instating the boundaries a lot better.
I'm not gonna lie, these comments are coming for OP a little intensely. Like, I get it, what she said was really bad, but also this lady has an infatuation with this baby.
I think the first commenter, that was the only comment we needed to read. The person who said, yeah, that was really harsh, but I also understand why you did it.
Yeah, but everyone's like, OP, like, what's going, like, why? Like, no one's like, does everyone understand, like, the aunt is doing some really messed up stuff here?
And like is clearly not in a good headspace and needs.
I guess the advice that they're asking for is what could have I done differently, not the sister-in-law. Dude, we could go all day about what sister-in-law could do differently.
Oh, yeah. I don't know where he was during the incident at my mother-in-law's house, and I'm planning to talk to him about it. Here in France, healthcare is free, and they have specific places for developmental monitoring, and they also ask this kind of question to detect allergies or anything of that kind. That was not the first time my baby has been put in tulle. She has the same reaction and only calms down if it's off her. Yes, a baby does not know she has feet or that she's being dressed, but she can definitely feel if something she doesn't like is touching her skin. And we've got an update 3 days later.
Dang, shout out to free healthcare.
Oh, man.
What do we want? Do we want mother and sister-in-law to be best friends? Or do we want them not to be in the same room ever again?
I don't think you have to be best friends, but I think you have to be cordial because you're family, but also you'd be like, hey, you need help.
If they were
to
go down this journey of being best friends after this incident, what's the first course of action?
Well, I think the first thing that needs to happen is OP goes to sister-in-law, baby stays with husband, or maybe, I don't know, baby stays with like mother.
I think husband.
Well, if she wants husband to be there.
Oh, I see.
So baby stays with trusted adult if you want husband there or not.
Or in a little backpack.
And then you sit sister-in-law down, you say, I am sorry for what I said. I took it too far. However, it is completely unacceptable that you took my baby, put her in something you know she doesn't like. And therefore, we are now setting a boundary where you cannot be alone with baby. You cannot hold baby without our permission. And if you break this boundary, you will not see baby.
It's the clear final cut of, this is my daughter, not your daughter.
Yeah.
You are an aunt. We love you. You're part of the family. But if you continue this, you won't be.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Update 3 days later. Since the last post, I took a screenshot of all the comments I found helpful and showed them to my husband, and we stayed up all night, half with the baby and the other half talking. First of all, it turns out my mother-in-law also had something to do with this.
No.
It's always the mother-in-law. My husband told me that when he saw me go to the bathroom, he immediately started walking towards my sister-in-law to get our baby. But his mother stopped him by using the fact that she needed help moving a table as an excuse to keep him occupied.
Oh, gosh.
We believe my sister-in-law and mother-in-law planned this so she could play mommy to my baby and dress her in something she doesn't even like. Like someone guessed, my husband's brother, the sister-in-law's husband, is the golden child and is spoiled rotten. After that, I started having a weird feeling about the situation. And later that day, I called my husband's sister, who has been low contact with everyone in the family way before I even started dating my now husband.
Oh, we're getting some lore.
Oh, man. We talked for a while, and then I told her what happened. Turns out I'm not the only one my sister-in-law has tried to do this to.
Oh, what?
Uh-oh. My husband's sister had 2 children, and the younger one had colic when he was a baby. And she wanted to feed, so she had to cut a lot of things from her diet. My sister-in-law decided to secretly give the baby non-safe formula without telling anyone, even though she knew about the baby's condition, which ended up making the baby very sick. That's illegal.
How was this never brought up before?
Yes. You're telling me she poisoned the baby? I would never let her around this baby ever again.
Dude, this is what we hear in movies.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let her near any babies.
Nope. Get away from every baby. We both believe that my sister-in-law has a problem with listening to what the mother of the baby says and does the exact opposite of what is asked of her, acting as if she knows better.
Oh my goodness.
After that conversation and also the comments from the previous post, I decided it was better to just cut contact with that woman and my in-laws, not my husband's sister though. My husband was on the same page as me and we're looking into moving.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of crazy that like sister never told OP and husband this, because I know she went low contact with mother-in-law and sister-in-law, but if I were her, I would want to warn OP.
Mm-hmm. Man, I think that too. How did it get to this point where she left?
That's not like a little thing. That's a huge thing that,
like, hey,
why was this not brought up at all ever again?
Yeah.
People are saying call CPS.
I mean, she's not the parent.
Yeah, she doesn't have kids.
I feel like you could call like the police, but she doesn't have kids. My husband was the one who did the talking since he's way better at boundaries and putting his foot down. Plus, it's his family. Nice. He explained the situation to his family, and my sister-in-law, of course, went crazy on us and told me I was taking your niece away from her just because of a tool, and that she had more rights to the baby than me. Girl.
There's your answer. There's your answer right there.
What?
She doesn't even realize what's happening.
She's crazy. I feel like she doesn't understand. It's not about the tool. My husband just blocked them all without even replying. We are hoping the story ends here, and hopefully it will move as soon as possible. Edit, I don't know if I still want to update if something happens. I've spent the last couple of hours just crying and crying. I've been called crazy and a liar by the same 2 people on my last post. How could I be crazy for wanting to protect my baby?
Again, that's what I'm saying. These comments,
what
are we doing?
Did not understand. Yes, what I said was harsh and I took full responsibility, but that doesn't change the fact that she hurt my 7-week-old newborn. And Edis14 says, why didn't your husband know about sister-in-law's behavior with his sister's children? Why has he been low contact with his sister? Was he oblivious to sister-in-law and mother-in-law and put the blame on his sister this whole time? Like others said, be careful. This is extremely mentally unwell behavior. OP says, my husband didn't know the reason why his sister went low contact with his family. He just thought it was because she moved away. He doesn't even like his sister-in-law way before this situation, and he was so happy to go low and no contact. Celestia Messenger says, there are other ways to have children she can adopt. She has no right to take your baby away from you. I don't think she's ever going to be able to adopt after, I don't know. Yeah, maybe that is why you get CPS involved and you say, hey, don't let her ever adopt children.
That's why I said start with like a plant.
Don't you have to do like psych evaluations for adopting children?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think she would pass that.
You got to do psych evaluations. The people have to come to your house to make sure it's safe for the baby.
You also have to have like references and stuff.
References. They ask if you have any like firearms. Do you have any alcohol that's easy to be accessible? They go through a whole list of things.
Yeah, so I don't think that she'll be getting a baby. And maybe that's why she doesn't have a baby, because she never was able to pass that.
So what do we think of this first comment OP made earlier in the story?
I honestly still stand by my thing of like, we shouldn't be screaming when she has access to your baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's probably the most dangerous thing. I mean, like we also don't know exactly the setup of the room in that moment. Maybe OP had already grabbed the baby.
That's what I'm thinking.
But I just still wouldn't have done that while baby is in room.
You wouldn't have said that?
I wouldn't have screamed and said that. Because you don't know. I mean, this woman is crazy. I don't know how she's going to react. But she could have lunged for the baby. You don't know.
You know what you haven't said?
What?
She was wrong. You haven't said that. You haven't.
Well,
you're still not saying that. Oh, wow.
I would never wish that on someone. I would never want to wish that on someone. But do I think this woman should be around kids? No. I will say that. You are mom and you know your baby best. OP, where I live, newborn adoption locally is not the easiest. France. Our country has free healthcare and gives financial assistance to mothers, especially if alone. So it's very rare to see people choosing to give their baby up for adoption. She clearly is not going to adopt an older baby because she seems to lose interest once they become toddlers. Dang. Yeah, free healthcare and financial assistance to mothers. That would be great. OP added in the comments, my baby is only 7 weeks old, so she's not going to daycare yet. Fortunately, we live in a private building that has cameras all around and we have our own in our apartment. And update 2. After 27 days from the last post. A month ago, I had posted about how I had screamed at my sister-in-law after she had dressed my newborn in clothes she was not comfortable in, as my baby hated tulle because of her sensitive skin. A lot of things happened since then, and I feel like I didn't even have time to just relax. First of all, my baby's doing great. Yay!
Oh, good.
She is now 11 weeks and has outgrown her hate for tulle. Okay. Sometimes they're just like little babies and they just don't like that material.
That was me with like socks. I hated socks as a baby.
And now you're wearing socks.
I know, I'm wearing socks. Look at me. I've grown
Keon.
up. I've matured.
He's so big now.
We can bring the sister-in-law back now.
No.
The baby likes tulle.
But
it's
she still doesn't like sister-in-law.
We don't know that.
So, like someone had mentioned in the comments, it was just that as a newborn, her skin was very sensitive, which makes me feel a lot better. Now to the update.
Okay, you got stalked, had to get the police involved, and there are 2... Oh, what do you call that?
Restraining orders?
Restraining orders.
I hope not. I hope none of that happened. We did get an emergency move. Here in France, we have something called an assistant social, which is like a social worker that helps you with everything. After getting a lawyer and explaining our situation, and also getting my husband's sister to give a written statement about her own experience with this sister-in-law, we were able to get a new apartment in another city very quickly because what happened is considered child endangerment and exploitation, as she took pictures of a newborn without the parents' consent.
Oh, she posted on Facebook saying it was her kid.
Oh, I wonder. We did not tell his family until we had already moved, and it was our lawyer who sent them a letter from his office saying they cannot contact us and will not see my child until she is 2 years old. Wow. To our surprise, my sister-in-law did not fight it. She stopped asking me to send her pictures or give her baby updates. And it's like a switch flipped and she just lost interest in my daughter after she got older. But it doesn't end here.
Oh, no.
Stop. Let's end here. My brother-in-law is getting a divorce from her. I wonder why.
It's because of tulle? Come on.
Yeah. It turns out she doesn't want children. She only wants a newborn. And that explains why she lost interest in my baby once she hit 8 weeks. My brother-in-law found out about it because he had always tried to get her to try IVF, but she refused. He then mentioned adopting, and she immediately said no, because here the birth mother cannot sign her rights away until the baby is at least 2 months old, during which time the baby is placed in foster care. Also, because of our country's financial support to single mothers, it's very rare that someone gives a newborn up for adoption unless it's a private adoption between family members. By the way, I don't want you to keep private that you can listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. We've got a little bit left to the story. Any final thoughts?
That's developing news. So she just wants like a doll.
Yes. We can get her a doll. She can just have a little baby doll.
That's insane. It's like Leonardo DiCaprio. Once they hit
but
25, over.
She's like, that baby's just too old for me.
It's like once it hits 8 weeks, nah.
Once it's able to drink water, I'm just not into it. Don't want that baby anymore. My brother-in-law started having doubts and getting weird vibes from his wife, so we asked her what she wanted. And he said it started a massive argument where she ended up saying that she only wanted a newborn and not a responsibility, meaning an older child to raise. As if a newborn is not a responsibility, but only a doll to play with. All of this was told to us by my husband's sister, who had been contacted by her brother asking for help. Now we're in a new city and feeling so much better. At first, I was scared that I would lose my village, but I ended up feeling even better with no more anxiety or depression. I think I'm one of those moms that works better without help from people around me. And I also think it's because I have an easy baby and a very, very great husband. I want to thank everyone who gave me their support and advice. We're all safe right now, and we will be for a very long time, hopefully. And that's the end of that story. But oh boy, yeah. Now it makes sense why she's trying to put this baby into a little tulle dress because she wanted a doll. Yikes.
Did we get the actual events of what took place for this police report to happen for an emergency move? Sounds like...
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, some things happened. We had an emergency move. This is how everything is. She didn't really say... Was it just the expulsion of pictures online?
Yeah, it was that she took pictures, which is like a crime or something.
Okay.
I don't even know if she posted them online. It was just that she took pictures without the parents' consent. But either way, got them out of there, so that's good.
Wow. I took pictures of a baby recently. It was Eddie's kid. I was like, who's that there? It was like the little baby, and Sadaf came with the baby and was like, look. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at you. Her eyes were so big. Hopefully I don't get arrested for that.
Well, it would only be if the parents said, hey, don't do that. And you're like, F you, I'm going to do it anyway.
I'll show you guys the pictures.
Yay.
Look at her.
She's so cute. She's so cute.
I refuse the gift from my in-laws because I know there will be strings attached.
I told you I didn't want any puppets.
My fiance, 32 male, and I, 31 female, got engaged on Christmas Eve.
Happy Christmas engagement.
Until recently, I had a great relationship with his family, his mom especially. But ever since the engagement, it's become really strained because she keeps trying to insert herself into our decisions and offering unsolicited advice, and I'm slowly getting at my wits end.
The end of my wit.
So I've been learning a lot of Spanish where you put the adjective second.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
Yoda, you are.
Yoda, you are.
By the way, this comes from Definite Function 8397. If you want to submit your own stories, you know where to go. I'm Riley.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Keon.
We're here to be goofy. Got it?
Yuck.
You're here to comment down below. Hope he says a few things that have annoyed me. We got a bullet point list.
A few things. Oh boy.
Okay. Number 1. We want a max of 50 people. My fiance and I are both introverts, and even the thought of being in front of that many people gives me anxiety. With our close family, friends, and their plus ones, we're probably over 50 already. His mother insists the wedding must be a grand event with at least 150 guests. HE doubles hockey sticks. No, you're going to triple that?
This is what we do. Secret wedding.
Really?
Secret wedding.
Okay. I mean, if we have
Don't
to.
invite them to the secret wedding.
That would be the best thing for introverts ever. Number 2. From a gown in a magazine I love. And that's going to be my inspiration. It's more on the simple side, but that's my style. I showed my best friend, my mom, and my future mother-in-law because I didn't want her to feel not included. And she insisted it was too plain and everyone will think I'm just another guest.
I think if you're in a white dress, people will know. And also, everyone who's invited to your wedding presumably already knows you.
At my wedding, being the only one in white. She's not going to be the only one wearing white, though.
Yeah, because mother-in-law is going to be in a wedding dress, too.
And they're both going to marry OP's fiance.
Yeah. Glad my future mother-in-law is freaking cool as hell.
She is nice. She is very cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You heard it.
I'm putting that into the air.
You heard that here first.
Holy cow.
I'm not engaged, guys. I already know there's going to be comments that are going to be like, oh, he has engaged. No.
All right, so number 3. The venue we're thinking about is too small and boring. The on-site catering is not special enough because my fiance is an only child. This needs to be a grand affair. Only child. Here we go.
That makes sense. That makes sense. She only has one shot at this.
Oh, number 4, we need to get a guest list to her so she can review and approve who's coming. No, this is our wedding, not yours. Thankfully, my fiance is on my side. And about 6 weeks ago, we called her and said, we know what kind of wedding we want, and she needs to stop overstepping and questioning our choices. In an attempt to punish him and assert her authority, she went radio silent until last week. 5 weeks, Mom? Really?
Can you actually keep being silent? Can we keep that up?
That
Can
would
you
be
just
nice.
never talk to us again?
I would appreciate that.
She's like, fine, you know what? I'm never talking to you guys again. You're like, oh no, that's a bummer.
We would hate that.
Oh, shoot.
She invited us to dinner on Sunday and presented us with a check for $25,000 to help with the wedding.
That is an evil check. That check is evil. Don't trust it.
It's got some curses on it.
Yeah, his fine print on it that says, if you sign this check, then I get to steal your wedding. And your firstborn child.
When we got home, I told my fiance we are not cashing the check. I just cashed a check today, by the way.
Wow, I love cashing checks. I don't get enough of them.
I love cash and checks. Just give them to me.
He thinks I'm being ridiculous, and this can help us have the wedding we want with almost no out-of-pocket costs.
No. This is to have the wedding your mother wants.
Oh, hubby, soon to be hubby. Don't you see this test beneath you?
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Don't you see what is happening?
Oh, look at this little puppeteer master over here.
You gotta wake up to the reality, okay? Wake up, dude.
I told him we won't have the wedding we want because she's going to use the money as leverage to push the event in the direction she wants. When she insists on including her friends we don't know and don't care about, she's going to say, oh, I thought the money would help cover them. When we go dress shopping, that's a bit simple. I thought with the extra money, you'd get something nicer. When we finally choose our venue, it'll be, so what exactly is my money paying for? My fiance said it will cause a huge rift if we don't accept the money because his mother is extending an olive branch and being generous.
That olive branch is on fire.
But I tried telling him it'll cause a bigger rift if she gets it in her mind she has a say in our choices because she's paying for it. And I shut her down every time. I feel like I'm being positioned as a bridezilla. Mother-in-lawzilla. My thing is if you want something at the wedding, you pay for it.
Yeah. To be fair, if she gives money, I think she does have a little bit of a say in this wedding. So don't accept the money. I think you're right, OP. She's going to start inserting exactly what she wants into the wedding. And then your husband is going to go, oh, well, she did pay for the wedding. So why don't you just change the dress you want? Why don't we just change the venue? Why don't we just let her have some people? I don't trust him if he's already kind of caving in this.
He's the only child, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't trust him.
My fiance thinks I'm overreacting.
Uh-oh. This might be your ex-fiance.
Yeah, I don't like him.
And it's the tension of the last few months exposing itself. Even my mother said I should just accept the gift. So, am I the a-hole for potentially not accepting this gift? What are we doing? 1, accepting, 2, not.
No, I'm not accepting that gift. You can't trick me, Mrs.
So, if we want to accept it, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
We're sitting down with mother-in-law. I'm writing out a contract.
Yeah?
Hey, you give me this $25,000. I know there are things you want in it. Let's look at what this contract will look like. Because I think you want more of a contract deal than giving me the money free willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Oh, contract that says she gives the money freely. Amy, we're on the same page.
Or it could be like, if you really want to be like extra special nice, you make a contract and you say, okay, we will give you this thing. You can have 10 extra people come. That's it. Or like this amount of extra people. And you give her like 1 or 2 things so that she just shuts up.
Agreed. Here is what OP did. We're also 1/3 through this story.
Oh man, we got story to go.
Update. 19 days later. If you didn't see my original post, my future mother-in-law offered us $25,000 towards our wedding. But I knew there would be strings attached to make the event her way. I thought maybe I was being the a-hole for overreacting or seeing something that wasn't there. But you all told me I was 100% correct. Mind you, her fiance said she was overreacting, and OP's mother said she was overreacting.
Yeah, everyone was against her, except for the comments. Save the day.
So I decided to have a heart-to-heart with my future mother-in-law, with my fiance attending too.
Because you think your fiance would back you up, but...
Yeah, but these 2 people have already proven that they're not on your side, so I don't know.
Well, we're about to see.
Okay.
We're having a heart-to-heart.
Let's see if this heart-to-heart works.
I told her that I missed the relationship we used to have, but it's become strained because I feel she has not respected the choices we have made for our wedding. We explain that we aren't depositing the check until we have the conversation, and we're all on board about how we move forward. I know we didn't need to provide a rationale. We just required acceptance. But I thought it would help her understand. 1, the wedding size. I reminded her that my fiance and I are very big introverts. We would be maxed out emotionally and mentally with 50 people. And quite frankly, we only wanted the people who have been a part of our lives to be there so they could celebrate with us. There is no need for childhood neighbors to attend. There is no need for distant cousins we haven't seen in 15 years to attend. Just the people who have been with us on our journey. 2, the wedding gown. This is a non-negotiable. A bride chooses her gown, and I will be choosing one that I can be comfortable being in. This is the first time I'll be wearing a dress since prom. Reflects my personality style and makes me feel beautiful, not anyone else's personal style. This is a big event for OP.
Yeah, this is the biggest event. So she gets to choose what she wants to wear and how she wants it to go.
3, the venue. Okay, this is a bit cringe, but my fiance and I met at a speed dating event at a restaurant that was running 4 years ago. We hit it off, and here we are.
No, not cringe at all. Come on.
That's really cute.
You can find love anywhere, like
Anywhere,
a hopeless place.
In a hopeless place.
I'd say cringe is meeting someone on Tinder and just kind of talking with them a few months before you actually start dating. That's pretty cringe to me.
No.
And then you don't ask them to be your girlfriend for 4 months.
What's cringe?
Yeah.
It was Hinge.
It was Hinge.
I said Tinder.
Yeah, exactly. So you're fine. If it was Tinder, it'd be a totally different story.
You know what? Actually, any dating online site.
Oh, okay, never mind. And Riley is gone against you now.
You know what's cringy? Not knowing the person you're going on a date with, like not knowing their name.
Whoa. Shots fired in all directions.
Dude, I did know their name. I just didn't know.
I think no.
They wanted to say it.
Nothing is cringy. I think everyone finds their love in
You know what I think is crazy?
No, no.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Say it.
Like,
Say
what's
it.
We're here.
cringy?
We're doing this.
What?
Is that
No, you could say it. No, you had it.
What?
is that
You were so revved up. You can't push the brakes now. Say it.
is that
Say it with your chest.
you just couldn't be with the best wingman out there?
What?
I feel like that wasn't what you were trying to say. I feel like you just tried to cover your bases there.
Anyways, enough about this cringe. OP, you're fine. Our absolute first choice for the reception venue was this place. Oh, they wanted to go to the restaurant to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Their event space will fit 50 people max. We thanked her for the generous $25,000, but we would give it back to her if our decisions weren't respected. We asked if she has any expectations around any decision making that comes with the gift. So my future mother-in-law cried and apologized and told us she just wanted everything to be perfect. And she said that she never had a daughter who she can play a normal motherly role in wedding planning.
Aw.
That she was so scared that I'd leave her out of everything, which I never did. I wanted her to feel included. So there you go. Dude, I only wonder what my mother feels.
Yeah. Because she has all boys. Well, I'm sure she'll love to. Like, how is she doing with the wedding right now? Or how did she do?
Dude,
Like, was she
Tate
excited?
and Olivia just did it themselves. They were like,
Oh. Did your mom want to be involved?
maybe, but the way she was involved is she got Olivia a wedding planner thing kick. And she's like, hey, if you need anything, let me know. And she was involved in a lot of different places. She was stressing my brother out.
Yeah. Well, she's got a lot of different weddings to help plan.
It's true.
So there you go.
Okay. We had the resolution. We deposited the check and started moving from the spitballing ideas to confirming vendor's face.
Okay. I'm glad that this was happy. Like, mother-in-law realized that she was kind of
A bit
just
much.
being a little bit too, being a little too involved in stuff that she shouldn't have been in. And she realized that, and now she's good. She's like, I'm sorry, I just wanted to help.
See what
stuff.
talking does?
Yeah, I
like
love
actually
that.
communicating and like having a heart-to-heart can go a very long way.
Communicating and listening.
I love it. I love to see it.
A lot of people can communicate.
It's the two-way dance. Like, yeah,
Not
you
a
can
lot of
dance
people
it,
can
but
listen.
if they're not dancing with you, you just look like an idiot.
Then you're just dancing alone.
That's not fun.
Sing
she
that
could be fun.
song.
It dancing alone. What song?
There's a song that says dancing alone.
Probably.
Overstepping is the word I was looking for. Thank you, Katie Paladin.
When I called the restaurant, we wanted for the reception, their private function room was unfortunately booked out for our very specific date that we can't change, which was really sad. That feels like a sign.
Yeah.
So we decided to start looking at other options. A few days later, I get a call from a wedding planner who proceeds to tell me that my future mother-in-law hired her to help with the wedding.
Oh, no.
What the F?
Oh, no. She's still overstepping. I was going to say, how would they have planned that, like, restaurant? How would that restaurant have been booked out? Probably months in advance. I bet the mother-in-law booked it out. I bet the mother-in-law is still interfering. Dang it. I thought she was good. I thought she was in the clear.
We really had it. We were so close.
Dang nabbit.
Dude, I called my future mother-in-law and she explained that my fiance mentioned we lost our preferred venue and wanted to take some pressure off my shoulders and hire a wedding planner. She insisted the planner was just to do all the background admin tasks. Okay.
Okay. So it still could be okay, maybe, but you should have talked to OP about this.
I decided to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm not sure why a wedding planner is needed for a small wedding or why they'd even bother taking the job. But if my future mother-in-law wants to spend her money on making things a little easier for me, that's fine. I met with the planner twice, described our vision for the wedding, and she said she'd put together some bookings to view venues, taste cakes, etc.
Who's tasting me?
Riley.
You wishes.
What flavor cake would you be on?
Ube.
Okay, I'll do it.
I want a rosemary, Earl Grey.
I'll be 3 flavors. Ube, mango, and Milo.
I want a coconut Earl Grey cake with little sprigs of rosemary.
You're getting a little intense there, but okay.
Okay. Earl Grey. This is the vision. Hear me out. I'm spitballing right now.
It's a teapot. The cake is a teapot.
Cake is a teapot.
You pour it.
Wait, new vision. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
It's multiple tiers. We got
Multiple
cake,
layers here.
Multiple layers, yeah. We've got the cake itself is Earl Grey, like you can make like an Earl Grey cake. You steep the tea and blah blah. So it's Earl Grey cake, and then the frosting is coconut frosting. Oh, and there's like a little rosemary syrup that like is steeped into the cake too. There's a little teapot that you pour over the cake, and it's filled with like
matcha.
Everyone drinks matcha with their Earl Grey cake. Yeah.
Here's where the crap hits the fan.
Oh no.
The planner sent us a list of venues she booked for us to see. We had looked online and all the venues are large, like designed for 200 guests.
No, you didn't explain. And then I'd be like, planner, we said small.
Planner, who you working for?
Planner, where do your loyalties lie?
Probably with the person paying her.
Yeah, tough.
Don't blame her. We're confused, and then we went to the first appointment yesterday, and my fiance joked that 50 people won't need this much space to dance and move around. The planner looked confused and explained that future mother-in-law contacted her last week to explain that we were considering expanding the wedding, and we would need a bigger space than originally planned.
No, we do not.
What was all these were those crocodile tears?
Yeah, she's lying. She keeps lying.
Yeah, she's like, you know what? I gotta act to get what I want.
And she lied like a liar.
We got home. I called my mom and cried to her that this was all just so dang much, and we are now considering eloping.
And that's what I said. Secret wedding.
Secret wedding.
Finally.
How'd you call that?
Yeah, I knew it.
My mom's spidey senses tingled, and she called the original restaurant we wanted and was like, I'm calling about an event my sister is planning, and she forgot. I just wanted to confirm she's booked the private function room for this date, and my sister-in-law's name is mother-in-law's name.
Ooh, so we're doing a whole sort of scheme.
You
scheme
guys,
action.
This witch booked the effing venue out from under us.
I knew it. Did I not call that? I called it. I knew it.
Booked it and paid a deposit to secure it so we couldn't have it.
I freaking knew it. I called that. I called it. I called it and I knew it.
That's insane, but also insane that you called them. They're like, it's booked.
Well, because it is booked.
Oh, because
she booked it.
But like the thing isn't like for like privacy, but the fact that someone else called and like, oh no, it's booked under this.
Oh, I think it was because she, made it seem like she was related or something, and they didn't specifically say like, oh, yeah.
But still, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I can only imagine she did this to slowly convince us to book a larger venue and host a larger reception. By the way, I want to receive you.
You can be a part of our larger reception.
By the way, if you have good reception.
Wait.
What's receive?
Yeah, that's reception.
No.
That's not reception.
Don't
Receptions receive data and then transfer it all over the place.
Don't say I want to receive you.
Oh my God. I have really good reception right now and I don't know how to use it.
That's what you said. You said if you have really good reception.
No. Sophia, I have really good reception right now. I could look up anything on the internet. I just don't know what to look up.
Okay, story time.
What? What do you mean?
Look up more stories because we've got full episodes on OK Storytime.
Oh, where can I look this up?
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio. Just search up OK Storytime.
I'm going to do that with my great reception.
Yeah, only if you have good reception.
So, we have 3 more paragraphs left, everyone. Right now. Dropping mother-in-law.
Dropped.
Or we having one more conversation with her.
No. You call the restaurant that you want back and you say, hey, my mother-in-law booked this for us. We would like to go ahead with the plans to have it there. And then you don't tell her that till the last minute. You go, thank you so much for booking this for us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you call the restaurant and you say, hey, if she cancels it, just wanted to let you know in advance. She told us that she might cancel it so that we could put our name under it. So just like call us back if she does cancel it because we'll put her name down. Prepare for any and all circumstances.
Yeah. Amy says booking the venue and not showing up would have the restaurant and staff there for nothing unless she remembered to cancel and that OP hadn't asked to be contacted if the room opened up.
That's still crazy though, to book a venue and just not use it.
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a deposit.
Has a son who's an only child who's an introvert. It's her worst nightmare and she's trying to make it a dream of hers.
Yeah, at this point, if you're both just extreme introverts, like Sophia said, like
secret
you said,
wedding.
Hello, secret wedding.
My fiance called her and tore her a new one. He told her she's no longer involved in any aspect of planning. We will not be working with her planner. All vendors will be password protected, and she's lucky she's still invited, but will only be attending as a guest. No speech, no mother and son dance. He also told her that if she interferes at all again, she won't even be allowed as a guest. We transferred the money back to her account. I told him I'm going no contact. I don't really want her to be there, but I will be polite on our wedding day because I don't want drama. But then I'm back to no contact for good. He's 100% backing me up.
Finally, your husband is on your side. This whole time he's been like, no, my mom would never do that. No, she would never do that. And then he's like, oh, shoot, she did all of that.
It's hard.
Tough.
I'm going to see if there's anything else because this is pretty fresh. That one was a pretty fresh update. That was from 10 days ago.
Wow. Good for you, OP. This is crazy that you have to deal with this on the side. Like, who? Why? What? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, the only thing that was really, that OP really commented on that last post, which was, again, pretty fresh, saying, I kind of wish I didn't find that out. That felt like that it was twisting the knife.
Yeah.
But it was also the thing that really opened my eyes. So it's like, yeah, you don't want to find out the bad stuff, but you need to find out the stuff.
You can't sit with someone, cry, come to an understanding with them, and then go behind their back. That is even worse than lying to them in the first place.
Yeah.
All right, we got one quick story here.
My girlfriend threatened to break up every time I take an hour to text back.
Maybe you should text back sooner.
My girlfriend, 21 female, and I, 21 male, have been dating for over a year now. Everything has been smooth sailing except when it comes to our texting habits. She's very quick with replying and good about never leaving me on read, while I'm quite a bit slower to reply and have been working on not leaving her on read. By the way, this comes from Hungry Throwaway 12, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, I've never been great with texting, and I used to take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour to respond.
Me, I am procrastinating texting 3 people back right now because I'm nervous.
30 minutes to an hour is not crazy.
It depends what you're doing. If you're at work, yeah. But if you're like out of work, what are you doing? What games are you playing?
Ever since getting into my relationship with my current girlfriend, I've worked to lower that number to an acceptable level by her standards.
Oh boy.
Is that 30 seconds?
Maybe you should FaceTime her everywhere you go
Yeah.
so she knows you're not cheating on her.
I am by no means perfect though, and every once in a while I might take an hour to respond to a text or take 10 minutes to do so in the midst of a conversation. I have reasons for my tardiness, whether I'm playing video games and don't have the opportunity to look at my phone.
I called it.
You did call that, or get wrapped up with chores and leave it sitting on a counter somewhere.
I called it because I do it.
Yeah, that's you. These incidents probably happen once or twice a week, but each time it ends up with my girlfriend saying she's tired of it and done talking. These episodes usually leave me generally depressed, fearful that it could end our relationship, and annoyed that she's so upset over something I view as pretty insignificant. She justifies her frustration by saying that when I don't text her, she feels awful, unloved, unforgotten.
Ooh.
Girl, you can't say you feel awful and forgotten after 30 seconds.
Ooh, do you do that with your family? Do that with all your friends?
Do you do this especially with your daddy? This is giving daddy issues.
She's been abandoned before. She supplements those words by saying that texting is such an easy thing to do. She's been cheated on in the past and has had other bad relationship experiences that she needs to work through. It's not your fault.
Bro, there's a simple solve to this. 5 steps.
Yeah.
1. Buy a MacBook Pro. 2. Install Maltbot on it. 3. Tell Maltbot what you would say to your girlfriend in certain scenarios and build a persona for it. 4. Have the AI agent reply to her. 5. No need to worry about texting her back. Just review your text after a while.
6. Don't do any of that.
No. If you want to go to an extent to make her feel better,
Yeah.
you could do that.
This is the only way. But says that I'm better in every way and have never mistreated her. So get over it, girl. By the way, you can never get over listening to full episodes of stories just like this because we got them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio. Just search up OK Storytime. There is a little bit left to this story. Any final thoughts?
This is how it feels. I am going to say something, and it may make some people mad. You could take my route, which is the opioid painkiller route, where you can get rid of this pain easily.
Break up.
And not have to worry about it. No, it was the AI agent thing.
Oh.
Or you go down the hard work where you have to like eat right, exercise right, and actually figure out her problems. Or you could just leave it as is and walk away, like Sophia said.
There you go.
Which one do you want?
What's worse, this when someone's like, I need you to constantly text me immediately, or somebody who texts you like paragraphs on paragraphs about just nonsense?
Paragraphs, because you can ignore them.
That one's worse.
No, it's not as bad as I think if I were choosing between them.
It's like the need versus like the like I want versus like I push out kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, they're saying something again. But they don't need you to read it.
Yeah, the paragraphs, if I don't have to read it, it's fine. But if I have to read it, that's taking up so much of my time out of the day.
Just respond to TLDR.
Outside of texting habits, our relationship has been relatively conflict-free. We also make time to see each other several times a week, despite us being 30 minutes away. That's not that far at all. And having busy schedules. I love my girlfriend, but I'm tired of feeling like the bad guy. I'd like to discuss this with her and let her know my thoughts on her expectations, but have been afraid to because of the backlash I could incur. Is there a good way to go about doing that? Do you think that I should be giving texting her a higher priority? No. Is our relationship doomed? Probably not. Please help me, Reddit. Have a conversation with her and say, hey, you can't demand my constant attention all the time. No.
Also using words like I don't feel loved or I feel forgotten or stuff like that. You need some serious help.
Go to therapy, girl.
Daddy issues.
Nah, it's more than that now. She's been cheated on. She's using all of her traumas from past relationships to bring it upon OP.
Really concerning.
I don't know, man. Just set up an AI bot if you love her that much.
No.
And on that note, that's the end of that story. And the end of this episode. So, if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And
see you tomorrow. Hey, don't leave quite yet. I know you're still driving. We're still going to read, so enjoy your time. Stick around.
My wife found out that I've been lying to her for months about our baby.
She's furious.
Oh, is the baby not yours?
Hey guys, there's some self-harm in this episode. If you want to skip this and go to the next story episode, I would advise that. Let's get into it. Well, this all went down about an hour ago, and my wife is still crying in our bathroom with the door locked. Always a good sign.
Oh no.
Backstory. We had our son, now 11 months old, while my wife is in residency. She took a few weeks off before giving birth and then went back to work a few months after while I transitioned my hours to part-time so I could stay at home and raise our son. By the way, this comes from Throwaway Wife Hates Me. And if you want to submit your own stories and hopefully your wife doesn't hate you, or maybe she does, send them in r/OKStorytime because we can talk about it. So my mom moved in with us shortly after birth in order to help out, which allows me to get a few hours of work per day and also not get swamped with taking care of the baby/housework. She's quite old-fashioned and would definitely not prefer this arrangement with me being a stay-at-home dad, but she hasn't said anything to either of us and has also been a great help. For anyone unfamiliar with a medical residency, it is brutal. My wife has just over a year left. Sometimes she comes and goes for 1 to 3 days at a time, and our son is asleep the whole time she's at home. Dude, that is like literally you're working for like 3 days straight. You come home. The only time you get to see him still is when he's sleeping. This has been helping more as his sleep schedule has shifted to sleeping through the night. And my mom and I make sure that when she's home and the baby is awake, my wife gets him 100%. I know it's been hard on her, but unfortunately, it's just going to be this way for another year because of the medical residency. The first big milestone she missed was him rolling over. When she got home, after missing the milestone, my mom pulled her over to the baby all excited. I thought she was going to tell her, but instead she says, "Julie, you came home right on time. He's been moving about as if he's going to roll over." They both stood there and encouraged him, and right on cue, he rolls.
Let's go.
My wife was elated. She was so worried and guilty about not being there, and she took it as proof that she can still be a present mother while working. I send texts over little things she misses through the day, so it's not completely unbelievable. But my wife has been present for every single big milestone. He coincidentally started crawling with her right there. His first words were right in front of her and began standing, cruising, and walking while she happened to be home. The walking one was difficult. There was a tough 7-day stretch where she just wasn't home during the daytime when he was awake, and his waking went from teetering to walking a couple steps pretty confidently in that time. We put little bean bags in one of his pant pockets so he'd be wobbly and unbalanced, and it looked believable since he fell after the first step like he was doing weeks ago. Yes, it was mean to our poor son. He's like, "Man, I was walking just fine the other day."
And then they take away the beanbag and he can't walk again.
And he's like, today, it all unraveled. So far, he can just say, "Mama, Dada, Nana." Yesterday, he started saying, "Bye-bye." My wife has today off and has been home all morning. My mom and I have been trying to get him to say bye all day without giving it away that we already know that he can say bye. Successfully got him to say bye to the ducks at the park. Freaking adorable, I'm sorry. And we both gushed over his newest word the whole way home. My wife was using my phone to take pictures of him and began showing my mom at home while telling her about his sweetest new word acquisition. She was swiping through the galleries. She saw a video from yesterday and goes, "Oh, you never sent me this one." It was literally like a slow motion film happening before my eyes.
John, we're going to get back to the story,
Yeah.
but you're old.
You're as old as me now, pal.
I might be as old as you, but I feel like you have oodles more wisdom.
I've got some wisdom in this old noggin.
You got a piece of wisdom for me right now?
Always respect your
And I think the other piece of wisdom that I've learned from John is join OK Storytime memberships.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusive live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
It's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Get it now while I'm still alive.
Now back to the story.
I had taken the video of him yesterday waving bye-bye. My wife isn't an idiot. She figured the whole ruse out pretty much instantly. I've never seen her look so upset and heartbroken in her life before.
Oh, that's rough.
I couldn't say or do anything to comfort her. Now she's locked herself in the bathroom crying and won't come out. I'm on our bed hoping someone can please tell me what to do to make this better. But we also have some relevant comments. Commenter number 1, oh man, this is a very different story from the one the title would suggest it would be. Your intentions here are very, very kind, but lying to protect your wife's feelings
is still lying.
It's still lying. It sounds like your wife is feeling some guilt or ambivalence about not being able to spend as much time with your baby as she wishes she could, and pretending that she is a part of all of his firsts isn't ultimately going to help her deal with those feelings. You need to be honest. And you need to be honest with her and give her the space to feel whatever she feels about this. But also, she needs to understand that a lot of working parents deal with the same disappointment she's feeling and come to terms with it. There's another commenter. This is a difficult situation. Right now, my suggestion would be to give your wife space. She needs to process this. It's hard, but the fact that you can't do anything to fix what she's feeling, her emotions are incredibly heightened, not only from new motherhood, but from stress and pressure, and they're hers to ride out until she's ready to be helped. And frankly, she might not want that help from you. While I understand that why you did what you did, and I see the love and compassion that fueled the choice, you and your mother were dishonest in a very complex and conspiratorial way. That's simply it. And your wife, even if she also sees the love behind the choices you made, has been impacted by your dishonesty. She has been wronged. Right now, it's most important that you don't try to fix or chase away that feeling, because if you do, you will not lay a foundation to build up from this low and difficult point. Let your wife decide when she's ready to talk and be helped, and what form that help will take. Give her that space. And we have an update coming up. Didn't think anyone would particularly care about an update, but I appreciated all the insight anyways. So here's the update. After I wrote the original post, my mom took my son to stay overnight with my wife's sister so that the two of us could have the house to ourselves. We pretty much just talked for an hour while constantly reaffirming that we love each other a lot and want to sort this out. I apologized and explained why I did what I did. She said that feeling like she was there for our son's milestones was really just a band-aid solution that didn't actually convince her she was present. She said that if she had actually been using the milestones to feel like she was present, this probably would have felt worse for her. But since she wasn't, in her words, deluding herself into thinking she's actually home, her main issue was that I lied, which hurt her feelings. I apologized and explained that I honestly thought she would prefer the lying if given the choice. She said she understood where I was coming from and that she felt betrayed when she realized, but she sees that I was doing it because I love her and she thinks we'll probably laugh about it with our grandkids one day. Yes, I'm very aware I don't deserve my wife. I don't know if I'd say that with OP.
That's cute.
I think you just made a mistake out of love.
Cute.
This is cute. This is great. Some things came out on my end that I wasn't going to tell her and didn't mention in my last post, that I'm scared she's going to contemplate self-harm. Our uncle did that when I was a child in a part from working a high-stress job where he made a huge and costly mistake. One of my wife's colleagues also did. Being a working mom is bad enough. Being a resident in this program is bad enough. Both combined are a recipe for trouble. Since our son was born and the incident with her colleague happened, I've been afraid that if her home life wasn't perfect, it might push her over the edge. But she's reassured me that that's not happening. And I think saying it out loud also made me realize it was a pretty irrational, groundless fear. Guys, if you want to listen to full episodes, we have 2,000 episodes. I don't know what else to tell you. Go to Apple Podcasts. Go to Spotify. So many. Search OK Storytime in your favorite podcasting platform, and you can hang with us for literally 104 days straight content for your ear holes. But Sam, what are we thinking about this conversation?
I think it's healthy.
I totally agree. I think in the end, when you tell the truth, you're able to operate in reality versus if you do not, then now you're living in this false world and all kind of other repercussions and things can
fall by the wayside,
spiral out from that. So I think they've reached a place, and you know what? They did it with kindness and empathy, but we're also honest. So
yes.
Throwing it down. Throwing it down for that. We love to see it. We ordered takeout and sat together watching the real videos I have of all of our sons first. Yeah, that's another thing. She didn't even get to see the video before. I also have a special photo of picture/videos of my son with my wife, so we went through that after that. She almost choked from laughing so hard when I tentatively revealed the beanbag trick. Dude, gotta love it. I am the laughing stock of her friend group chat. So I guess we're already at that stage and we're laughing about it. Thank you to those who responded to the last post. The stereotype of someone in r/relationships advocating divorce every time anything happens is true. And that's it. That is the last
That is the last one
of OP stuff there. My mother told me my biological father had passed, but he just showed up.
That's pretty awkward.
My dad fell into eternal sleep when I was 8 years old. Well, the man I thought was my dad did. I know this is about to be an insane story. My mom dated other men, but she's never remarried and had a serious live-in boyfriend since I've basically been without a dad since I was 8 years old. We also love Throwaway RA Dad Arrived for writing this story. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime and send them in, baby. But earlier today, this man came into my work. I work at a movie theater in the concession stand, by the way. So this man came in and kept letting people go ahead of him in line until I was done helping the customer I was with. He was like the last guy left. I didn't think anything at first, but this guy was kind of nervous, but trying to talk to me. He asked what I recommended to eat and asked what kind of movies I liked. He seemed friendly, but shy. I was just being polite and making conversation like we're supposed to do with customers. Anyways, he paid and left, and I didn't see him when his movie finished because it was busy. Or maybe he didn't even watch a movie. I don't know. Anyways, I got off work a little bit ago, and when I got home, that same man was in my living room talking to my mom, and it kind of creeped me out. And my mom started panicking when I asked who he was. And she just kept saying that he's no one, he's leaving. But the man said he wasn't leaving until we talked and said she needs to tell me the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Well, you can guess from the title. He said he's my dad.
Hi, I'm your dad.
I just felt this twist in my stomach, like Keon's feeling right now. My mom started rambling, saying that my dad, the one that fell into eternal sleep, was my real dad and how much he loved me and took care of me, and that this doesn't change that at all. The thing is, something happened last year that made me question about my mom, my dad, and my medical history. She said she didn't know anything about it, but today I just yelled at her that she could have told me then and there that he wasn't my biological father, but she didn't. I asked if this man was telling the truth, and she started crying and nodding. I guess I didn't notice at the theater because it was never something I would even think of, but looking at him, it's pretty clear we're related because he looks so much like me. Or I guess I look like him is more accurate. He tried to talk to me and swore he never knew I existed or he would have been in my life. My mom didn't deny this. I asked her if this man was dangerous or an abusive ex or anything like that. He was offended, and she assured me that it wasn't that at all. She wanted to sit down and talk, but I just felt so nauseous and overwhelmed, so I just grabbed my keys and told my mom that I'm staying at my best friend Josh's house for the night. I came there, and Josh was sympathetic and let me vent, but he fell asleep, and now I'm just here awake, and my brain won't shut off. I feel so betrayed by my mom. How could she not tell me the truth? When I was little, I understand that, but I'm old enough now to know where I come from. It feels so unfair that she denied me a father for half my life. I loved my dad that passed away, and I still miss him, but I've wanted a father for so long. There's so much I've gone through where I feel like having a dad would have been so much better and easier. I love my mom, and she's been incredible in raising me, but it's not the same as having a dad, especially when this guy is my actual dad, and it seems like he would have been there if he knew. I don't know what to say to him or to my mom.
John, you've been dancing a lot.
I'm going to give you a live demonstration, and you're going to see it too.
Show me those hips. Oh, damn. That is a good move. But you know what is also an amazing move?
What is that, Sam?
Becoming an OK Storytime member.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusive live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
And it's only $5 a month. So go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Well, let's get back to the story. I know I have to go home eventually, but I just don't know what I'm supposed to say or do. He probably hates me and thinks I'm a crybaby because I cried and stormed out. Oh, no.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
We do have the answers in this next update, okay? I know I didn't reply to any comments after the first few hours that my original post was up. I woke up the next morning and saw a bunch of new comments. Though I didn't reply, I read all of them, good and bad. I appreciate all the advice given and kind words spoken. Like many people suggested, the only thing I could really do was talk to both of them to figure out what the real story was. So I went home and talked to my mom. I was much calmer and had a much clearer head and was ready to hear what she had to say. I probably learned more than anyone ever should have about their own conception.
That's awesome.
It turns out that my father really isn't an abusive ex or anything like that. My mom didn't cheat on my adoptive dad or anything shady like that. I am just the product of a one-night stand.
Let's go.
My mom said that she went out drinking by herself at a bar and met my dad, who was celebrating his 25th birthday alone. Kind of sad. She said,
Your dad's a loser.
oh no, your dad's a loser. She said that she had been dumped by her fiance, not my adoptive dad, different man, a week before that. And because she had learned from her doctor that it was virtually impossible for her to have children naturally, she said her and my bio dad used protection and yet somehow still got pregnant with me, and that I'm her miracle baby considering the circumstances. So she went back to the hotel that he took her to after she found out that she was pregnant, but they couldn't find any info on the dad ever staying there. He didn't give her his actual first name, explained later in the post. So fake name. She said this was before social media was a thing, so she couldn't just search him online like we do nowadays. So she decided she would just raise me on her own. She also admitted she panicked when my bio dad showed up because to her, he was literally just a guy she knew from one night 17 years ago. She didn't know who he was now, or if he was going to try to get custody of me, or if I was going to try to run away with him or something like that. She admits she could have been calmer from the beginning, and maybe we could have all talked about it or sorted it out that night, but I don't blame her for it. As for my adoptive dad, the man that raised me, she said she didn't meet him until I was almost 2. They got married when I was 3, and he officially adopted me after they got married. She showed me the adoption certificate. Reflecting on it now, I realized I've never seen pictures of he and I when I was a baby, just pictures of me as a toddler and up. She said that he accepted me as his own and loved me and being a father to me. I told her my bio dad showing up doesn't rewrite history. I'll never not see my adoptive dad as my father. If anything, it makes me love him even more that he treated me and loved me as his own flesh and blood. Right in the feels.
Wow.
I also ended up talking to my bio dad. He left his number, which my mom gave to me, and he met me up for lunch. He confirmed my mom's whole history.
Oh.
Wow. I gave him crap about using a fake name. It wasn't so cut and dry, though. He said he goes by his middle name, which is what he told her that night.
Got it.
He showed me his business card, which does have that name that he told me my mom said that night. And I've since looked him up using the name that he gave my mom, which nowadays he's very easy to find with. And his entire online presence uses his middle name. He has comments on his Facebook from friends and family calling him by that name going back years. Okay, that's good receipts. Apparently, he only goes by his actual first name for legal and business reasons, like checking into a hotel. There you go. He said that night he was depressed that his best friend didn't live to celebrate their 25th birthday together. They had the same birthday. And that's why he drove to our town to get away from everyone and everything back home for just a night. He apologized a million times and said he would have been in my life had he known, especially because I inherited a medical condition from him, and it really sucked dealing with that and having to learn to adjust to it alone. He's diagnosed with it when he was 19, so he knew what I went through. I could tell that he genuinely felt awful about it. I asked him how he even found out about me, and apparently he has a son who is only 5 months younger than me. So his ex-wife, son's mom, is a teacher, and she saw a picture that my school's website posted of the academic team that I'm on.
Oh, wow.
That is so crazy.
That is crazy.
So it's like that mom was a teacher. She just happens to see a picture of OP and is like,
oh, that looks like Junior ex-husband.
And it was probably like, bro, what was going through her mind is like, yeah, you got a second family? You got a secret family?
No, and then they divorced and now he's meeting you.
She had it sent to my dad thinking I might be related to him because we look so alike. He said he has a brother he hasn't spoken to in over 20 years, so they both initially thought that I could be his nephew, but he found my Instagram, which is public, and he said when he saw a picture of me and my mom on it, he instantly recognized her and knew I was his. And I know people will ask, but no, he did not cheat on his ex-wife with my mom. He didn't meet her until a couple months after the night that he was with my mom. He even admitted that they only got married because she got pregnant early in the relationship, and they're divorced now because they're not even compatible. He offered proof and to even call her himself there to confirm, but I told him that wasn't necessary. He had visited my mom earlier that day that he visited me at work and confirmed with her, even though he'd already knew between my face and the math lining up. But he said he went to the theater anyways because even though he had seen pictures of me, he said he had to see it for himself in person. He said we still need to do a DNA test to establish paternity and so he can add me to his insurance. But between our faces, my birth date, and us having the same rare medical condition, it's obvious he's my dad. Even the waitress made a nonchalant comment about us being a father and son. Oh, well, he sure is your father, Sonny. He asked if we could start having visits to get to know each other. And of course, I said yes.
All right.
I said yes.
Oh.
And I want to know him, even though I still feel some anger at him. And I don't really know why exactly, to be honest. I want to have him back in my life. My mom said I can't go to his house for Christmas or even at all. He lives an hour away. Until she feels comfortable with me leaving to visit him. But she said that he can come visit us on Christmas night and we would take it from there. At the end of lunch, I brought out my debit card to pay for my half of the meal. I didn't really know what the etiquette was in a first lunch with your biological parent as a teenager.
Usually the parents pay. My parents still pay for me.
Dude.
Thank goodness.
Same. Yeah.
I paid for my mom yesterday.
Oh, that's cute.
He just laughed at that and said that I'm his son and I don't ever have to pay for anything when I'm with him. I don't know why, but that made me feel really good. In the feels. And then he made a joke about owing my mom 17 years of child support anyways, which really just eased the whole situation. He walked with me to my car and gave me a hug, which made me start crying. I know it's cringy and I was embarrassed. It's not.
Okay, dude.
That I was crying in the middle of a diner parking lot, but I just felt an instant connection to him when he hugged me, even though he's still basically a stranger to me. Once again, crying is good.
Thanks, John. I really needed your approval.
He said some stuff to me while he was hugging me and just let me cry for a couple of minutes. By the way, if they want us, Keon, to be with them for 104 days straight, to press play and have us never leave their
side
for 104 days straight.
That's it? That's crazy.
Yep. Where do they go?
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, your favorite pod app, search OK Storytime, and we will literally be there for you till your ears fall off.
Yep.
It's still early, I know, but I can just tell he's a good man, regardless of who he was when he met my mom and whatever happened that night. I mean, he sought after me after learning about me, so that has to count for something, right? He could have pretended he never saw my Instagram, or even after talking to my mom and her sending him away, or after meeting me at the movie theater, or after I stormed out when he came to talk that same night. He had so many chances to walk away, but he didn't give up. That shows me that he really does want to have a relationship with me. Anyways, now my issue is scrambling to find a last-minute Christmas present. Oh, I have no idea what to get him. He's a lawyer, so from
insurance lawyer.
Let's go. Right. So from what I could tell from Googling him and the address he gave, he's a rich baby. He probably has everything he already wants. If anyone has any ideas what a man in his early 40s would want or be able to make use of as a Christmas gift, I'd love some suggestions. Go. I know.
A client. Get him a client. That's the best Christmas gift you can give him.
Dude, I thought.
What were you gonna say?
I thought you were gonna say a scrapbook of all the memories that he, yeah, some sort of fun thing.
Of all the memories he missed, dude. That is a great idea.
Yeah, that
is a great idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the end. That's it. That's it right there. My mother demanded to stay in my fiance and I's wedding suite. I told her that was ridiculous. Get out! This is an LGBT couple. My 35 male, female bride and I, 41 female, planned an elopement in Vegas initially, but of course, everyone wanted to come. So we paid to have a micro wedding under 10 people for our most special guests to come. Everyone is responsible for their own rooms, arrangements, flights, etc. We posted on our website, which no one has read. By the way, this comes from Anonymous Brides, and if you want to send in your story, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So we planned a week out in Vegas, the first few days being just for me and my future wife. However, my dear daughter doesn't want to fly out to Vegas just for a wedding. Never been out of Vegas, so she wants to make a whole trip out of it. To me, this is not a family trip. Although my family will be there, it is a trip for me and my wife. It is our wedding after all. A few months ago, my mother suggested to stay with us in our hotel suite for the first few nights. All three of us. I shot that idea down pretty quick and hard and explained that there wouldn't be enough room. It's a wedding suite, so 1 king-size bed and 1 thin couch.
You can fit 3 people on a king size.
Oh my God.
I will say, you can.
Jeez. I was definitely surprised she had the wherewithal to even. Weather has been bad for my family and my bride's family in their respective cities. Last night, my mother called to tell me that she might not make it a few days before the wedding. She's thinking of canceling her hotel room for those 3 days because she doesn't want to lose her money. For me, that's not a huge loss. We wanted the time beforehand together anyways. I continued listening and waiting for her to ask if she can stay in our room. Let's do some dialogue.
Right.
I'll be mom. So if I cancel my hotel room, but I end up going out that day anyways, can I stay with you in your room?
Mom, there's only 1 bed and the couch is way too thin.
I'll sleep on the floor.
Mom, no, it's not appropriate to be in my wedding suite during the wedding week.
I don't understand. You guys live together. What's the difference?
It's not appropriate.
You have made it very clear that you don't want me there these days before the wedding. That part is kind of true. We wanted to be alone, but she wanted to come sooner.
Mom, you know, I've already bought the tickets to the events that include you, and we have brunch plans on this day as well. I'd rather you be safe, and if you fly out a couple of days later, then it's fine.
I'm worried that I'm gonna miss your wedding, and then you'll be mad that I missed your wedding. Because she told me 20 years ago that she wouldn't attend my wedding if I married a woman. Ooh, she's come a long way since then, and she loves my partner. I never thought my own mother would be so enmeshed with me that she would suggest to stay in the room with me. Why? I don't even understand why you would want to stay with your daughter and her new wife in her wedding suite. I can't believe that I had to tell the woman who raised me, the woman who taught me manners and respect. I can't believe I had to explain to her why she can't stay in the room with me and my partner. I feel so guilty. Probably because I've been told to feel guilty as a child, and I know I'm making the right decision. Never expected my own mother to be a monster-in-law. And there is an update. I feel my story has taken a sad turn. My relationship with my mother is worse than I thought. I will get to the story. Meow. We both arrived at the airport around the same time from our different flights, and my mom had a pain that affected her walking. Not great since we were going to be walking around Vegas.
Okay, wheelchair, and she's faking it.
I offer Advil multiple times, and she rejects it. Oh, I believe she may have taken it one time from me. We arrived at her hotel first. I assume she never canceled her reservation, lol, because she had a reservation. Wow. We dropped our bags at her room and we got onto our plans. Later that night, my wife and I checked into our suite alone. The first night with my mom was the next day in my suite. She had interrupted me several times that day, one of our many problems, then pointed out how I interrupted her. At one point, I tried to once again begin my story and she interrupts me and I exasperate. Do you know how many times I've tried to tell the story today and you've interrupted me? Then I said, do you do this to everyone or just me? And then she put her middle finger in my face, screaming at me, F you, F you, F you, F you. Oh my God.
Also, why would you say that to your kid? Because you don't want that to be happening to your kid.
Dude, this mom is crazy. My wife had to intervene and say, whoa, that was not necessary. My wife later told me that she almost threw her out of our room. I stuck to my I statements. There we go. Therapy. And I said, when you cut me off, it makes me feel like what I'm saying isn't important. I should have addressed the FUs, but it was too heated at the time. I just remembered a very sad, tragic tale.
Oh, what is it?
I remember when a young Samuel Donner, he wanted to join the cool kids, but instead of labeling you as one of the cool kids,
They called me Salad Boy because I ate nothing but salads. Could not trade my lunch for a lunch bowl, really anything.
You know what community will always welcome you with open arms, Sam?
And make you feel like a cool kid?
The great people who have OK Storytime memberships.
Oh, I heard that 60 plus hours of members only content Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
You heard right, Sam, and it's only $5 a month.
So go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join. Now back to the story.
Chomp, chomp. I tried to de-escalate and we'll address it another time. At this point, I'm realizing that my mother is immature, emotionally immature. Whatever feelings she's feeling when I confront her, genuinely, by the way, asking her if she truly does this to everyone or just me, she can't handle it and freaks out on me like a high schooler. It's sad. I'm devastated, actually. To have this insight on my wedding getaway caused me a lot of pain. I've looked for answers for a long time. I thought maybe she's narcissistic. My therapist mentioned possible borderline personality disorder, but I'm looking into emotional maturity at the moment. I've learned it can coincide with narcissism or BPD, so I can't necessarily write those off. Then the night after that, the rest of the party starts to arrive. My wife's best friend arrives very late and has a reservation at our hotel. She calls my wife to let her know her room isn't ready and they're looking for a room for her. My mother pipes in, she didn't call an OP. She didn't call in advance to let them know. I realize very quickly that sounds like she's putting that responsibility on me, that the friend's problem is now suddenly my problem. Mom, I don't know if she called in advance. She's responsible for her own travel and her own hotel room, I say. She responds, well, you're going to let her stay in your hotel room if she doesn't get a room? I replied,
no, she's not staying in my room. There are plenty of hotel rooms in Vegas. She will get a room tonight. She's a big girl, Mom.
That's effed up. F you. No, she didn't say that. A good friend of mine also came on the trip with her new partner, stayed in a different hotel. Not a problem. She didn't arrive to my hotel suite until we were about to be picked up in the limo. She gets along with my mom really well. And the minute we were in the limo, the two of them were attached at the hip. And I feel like I barely spoke to my friend. I have videos and pictures specifically of them ignoring everyone else in the limo and speaking only to each other. I took them because I felt like the party was kind of separated in the limo. The wedding went off without a hitch. We love to hear that. It was absolutely beautiful wedding, and I was so incredibly happy, crying tears of joy, I hope, and not tears of how much pain I was in from the emotional week I already had. The next morning, my friend once again ignored me to have breakfast with her partner. We discussed in advance the time everyone was getting together, and she scheduled her reservation for 30 minutes before. She sat at a different table and ate alone with her partner. We got a table next to her with 2 extra chairs, but she did not join us. She later asked my wife if I'm upset, and my wife responds, she thought she spent a little time with you on the trip. I try to let the feelings go. I'm just devastated by the people I'm allowing in my life at the moment. I am really considering evaluating these relationships. Later in my hotel room that night, I received a text from my good friend saying that she's taking off a little early from the trip, blames it on work. I don't really know why she even came. Just for the vacation, I guess. I barely said 2 words to her in the 5 hours I saw her. Sad, sad, sad. I am so sad about this, about all of this. If you go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, or dare I say your favorite freaking podcast app, and you type in OK Storytime.
Ooh, what are they going to get, John?
Every single thing that is wrong in your life will instantly dissolve away. Other than the drama. I really enjoyed the trip. I had a lovely time with my wife and very happy. Our hair and makeup and our vendors and our ceremony, all that stuff. It was all so beautiful. And I'm thankful they came to see us get married. I definitely had some insecurities before going on this trip, and it's a reality I have issues with some people in my life. I am currently in therapy and had a discussion with my therapist about this. I'm certainly not going no contact or ghosting anyone after this. That's right, Riley. But discussions need to be had, and therapy needs to continue. Books need to be read and practice needs to be put in place. All I can do is commit myself to a healthy life in all ways and practice radical acceptance. If anyone has any advice on how to let go of the pain, accepting it, or trying to be less emotional about it, I am open, all ears. Thanks for listening. Relationships can be hard, especially with emotionally immature people. And that's the end of that story.
Wow.